This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Well, Betsy DeVos is a multi-billionaire radical Christian fundamentalist who believes tax dollars should be funneled into church-run schools. She is also Donald Trump's pick to be the nation's Secretary of Education. This in spite of the fact that she has no advanced degrees, and even worse, the 0 degrees or training in the actual field of education. Her Senate confirmation hearings have been so remarkably embarrassing that they were limited to one single day of questions. I guess Chairman Lamar Alexander knew that even one more day of the American people bearing witness to her wild inability to answer even the simplest of earnest and important questions would irreparably damage her chances of confirmation. Let's talk about the greatest hits, though, from again the one single short day. When questioned by Senator Al Franken about the common debate over proficiency versus growth, she had a nonsense answer that amounted to word salad. She wasn't even aware that there was a debate on the issue. Listen, if a person interviewing for the job of principal of an elementary school knew as little about education as Betsy DeVos, they wouldn't get the job.
Around proficiency, I would also correlate it to competency and mastery, so that each student is measured according to the advancement that they're making in each subject area.
Well, that's growth. That's not proficiency. No, I'm talking about the debate between proficiency and growth, and
yes,
what your thoughts are on them.
Well, I was just asking to clarify then.
Well, this is a subject that has been debated in the education community for years. But it surprises me that you don't know this issue.
Well, the day continued with Senator Chris Murphy asking about whether schools are an appropriate place for guns. And she answered with a straight face about there being a need for deadly weapons in America's schools to defend against the very common problem of, and I'm not kidding here, bear attacks. Ugh. This is real life, folks.
And do you think that guns have any place in or around schools?
Well, I will refer back to Senator Enzi and the school that he was talking about in Wapiti, Wyoming. I think probably there, I would imagine that there's probably a gun in the school to protect from potential grizzlies.
All right. And finally, let's wrap with Senator Elizabeth Warren asking Mrs. DeVos important questions about college loans and Pell Grants. I mean, after all, the Secretary of Education oversees what is effectively a $1 trillion student loan bank and is responsible for distributing $30 billion in Pell Grants to needy college students each and every year. After all I just talked about, would you be at all shocked to discover that she has 0 experience with any of it?
Mrs. DeVos, do you have any direct experience in running a bank?
Senator, I do not.
Have you ever managed or overseen a $1 trillion loan program?
I have not.
How about a $1 billion loan program?
I have not.
Okay. Have you ever taken out a student loan from the federal government to help pay for college?
I have not.
Have any of your children had to borrow money in order to go to college?
They have been fortunate not to.
Have you had any personal experience with a Pell Grant?
Not personal experience.
Look, it's clear that Donald Trump and his Make America Great Again car filled with campaign donor clowns is on a fast track to destroy our country. The Senate has to do what's right here for our nation and vote against Betsy DeVos's confirmation.